fourth and final statute we invoke for referral is Title 18, Section 2383. The statute applies to anyone who incites, assists, or engages in insurrection against the United States of America, and anyone who gives aid or comfort to an insurrection. An insurrection is a rebellion against the authority of the United States.
That was Congressman Jamie Raskin, and he was referring President Donald Trump to the Department of Justice for the criminal charge of inciting and assisting an insurrection. The House January 6th Committee now becomes the first official body to link Trump to the deadly insurrection last January. Here's more from Raskin.
It is a grave federal offense anchored in the Constitution itself, which repeatedly opposes insurrections and domestic violence, and indeed uses participation in insurrection by office holders as automatic grounds for disqualification from ever holding public office again at the federal or state level. Anyone who incites others to engage in rebelling, assists them in doing so, or gives aid and comfort to those engaged in insurrection is guilty of a federal crime.
That's right. The January 6th committee isn't just pushing for the DOJ to charge Trump with a crime. They want Trump permanently banned from ever seeking public office again. And things get even worse for Trump. That insurrection charge is just one of 4 incredibly serious criminal charges the committee made. The list goes on.
Is Title 18, Section 1512C, which makes it unlawful for anyone to corruptly obstruct, influence, or impede any official proceeding of the United States government. There is more than sufficient evidence to refer former President Donald J. Trump, John Eastman, and others for violating Title 18, Section 371. This statute makes it a crime to conspire to defraud the United States. We make a referral based on Title 18, Section 1001, which makes it unlawful to knowingly and willfully make materially false statements to the federal government. The evidence clearly suggests that President Trump conspired with others to submit slates of fake electors to Congress and the National Archives.
Obstruction of justice, conspiracy to defraud the government, false slates of electors designed to undermine the peaceful transfer of power. For a president who spent 4 years doing absolutely nothing for the American people, Donald Trump sure did invest a lot of time and effort into his insane plan to overturn the 2020 election. But now Trump will go down in history for another reason. He's the first president in American history to face multiple criminal indictments. He's also the first president to be referred to the Justice Department for attempting to overthrow his own government. The stain of Trump's crimes should follow the Republican Party for the rest of their sad existence. It isn't every day that you see Congress investigate a former president, but this was no ordinary investigation. What the January 6th committee is alleging isn't just that Trump broke the law, but that he was the unquestioned ringleader of an unprecedented effort to attack American democracy. Here's how former Trumper George Conway puts it.
What makes this complicated isn't the fact of what Donald Trump did. He lied. He tried to obstruct an official proceeding. He did it over and over and over again. What's complicated is all these people around him, who he acted through, the different layers that gets to from here to Capitol Hill and from here to the electors in Michigan, the fake electors in Michigan or elsewhere. And so they're leaving it open-ended. But the point that they're trying to make is this: all roads lead to Donald Trump.
All roads lead to Donald Trump. A fact that most of America has been pretty clear on since he directed his supporters to march from his house and ransack the United States Capitol. But there's a difference between knowing something and having it written down in a federal criminal referral. And over at the DOJ, Donald Trump is having a pretty tough month.
Well, Special Prosecutor Jack Smith has revealed that he is expanding the Justice Department's criminal investigation of Donald Trump beyond Donald Trump's possession of government documents and Donald Trump's involvement in the January 6th attack on the Capitol. And now there are three investigations of Donald Trump. Yesterday, Special Prosecutor Jack Smith revealed that he is investigating Donald Trump's interference with the vote counting in the presidential election in Georgia.
Make no mistake, Special Prosecutor Jack Smith is no Robert Mueller. He isn't sitting quietly while Donald Trump and his allies run circles around attempts to hold him accountable. And beyond just Georgia, news broke this week that Smith has subpoenaed Trump allies in 7 states where Trump is accused of attempting to interfere in vote counts. Uh-oh. So that's a lot of crime, so let's recap. Donald Trump is now facing federal proceedings related to lying to Congress, obstructing an investigation, attempting to defraud the government, stealing classified documents, inciting the January 6th insurrection, and attempting to rig vote counts in at least 1 and up to 7 states. I don't think Donald Trump's NFT scam is going to make enough money to save him. Donald Trump is rapidly finding himself without a friend in the world, as even staunch Republicans move on from the Trump show and flock over to Ron DeSantis' carnival of insanity. Even one of Trump's closest advisors, Hope Hicks, tossed Trump under the bus. Take a look at this clip released on Monday by the January 6th committee.
Evidence of fraud on a scale that would have impacted the outcome of the election. And I was becoming increasingly concerned that we were damaging his legacy.
What did the president say in response to what you just described?
He said something along the lines of, nobody will care about my legacy if I lose.
In the end, Donald Trump attempted to overthrow American democracy for the simple reason that his ego was bruised, and he was afraid that people would forget him if he lost. Well, I wouldn't worry about that, Donald. As the first president facing charges on par with treason, it's guaranteed no one is ever going to forget what you did to the United States. Even your friends are cutting their losses. Mission accomplished, buddy. Now that Trump is facing a lifetime ban from politics under Article 3 of the 14th Amendment, the insurrection clause, Republicans are really cornered. In fact, some right-wing grifters are going so far as to call for the Supreme Court to, get this, overrule the 14th Amendment as unconstitutional. That's a pathetic last-ditch effort to protect Trump from the consequences of his own actions. The clock is ticking for Donald Trump, and time is rapidly running out. With his popularity tanking in Republican primary polls, and his list of criminal investigations about to tip over into double digits, it's pretty clear no one is coming to save the Donald. The president who never wanted to be forgotten will now live on forever, as a shameful example of just how un-American the Republican Party has become. You can't say he didn't earn it. If you made it to the end, thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like and consider subscribing. And leave a comment below so you can let me know what I should cover next.